Welcome back to Falcon Update here on YBTV. I'm Jessica Fannin,
And I'm Sarah Marshall. This week, SAB hosted their jukebox night.
Jukebox
night.
All right, you're good. Awesome.
She was jukeboxing. Welcome back to Falcon Update here on YBTV. I'm Jessica Fannin.
And I'm Sarah Marshall. SAB hosted their monthly jukebox night in the Union this past Tuesday. From Ice Spice to Frank Sinatra, Union patrons were treated to the playlist of student-selected songs. Students could submit songs at the Office of Student Engagement to hear them played over the Union speakers. If you missed this opportunity to expose your peers to your music taste, you can stay tuned to YBTV or follow SAB on Instagram at MessiahSAB to stay up to date on their upcoming events.
SAB held their annual Valentine's Day brunch this Saturday in the Jordan and Klein Atrium. The event focused on cultivating community with friends and forming enjoyable memories, doing activities like bingo and arts and crafts. Caitlin Mitchman reports.
Student Activity Board held its annual Valentine's Day brunch hosted by the Marissa Carr.
So this is the annual Valentine's brunch that we have. So at this event, we get a bunch of breakfast food, we do some Valentine's themed crafts, and it's just a fun morning for students across campus to get together and enjoy a nice breakfast to make a couple Valentine's crafts.
Together, the students communed with friends and strangers alike. They were able to enjoy fresh fruits, bagels, eggs, bacon, and many more enjoyable foods.
So this was a sign-up event because I did have to put in a catering order for a certain number of people. So this year I have 38 people signed up.
As this event went on, these 38 people were able to enjoy creating and decorating Valentine's Day themed mason jar bouquets. And along with that, they had a fun game of bingo where there were 2 prizes with 2 winners. Marissa then explains her favorite part about planning this event.
Getting to think of the crafts is really fun. I got to make bingo baskets. I went to the store and just grabbed a bunch of really cute Valentine's things, which was really fun. And I think just watching everyone have fun and enjoy themselves will be really fun.
From
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and Minds Matter helps students express their love through the art of canvas painting. Minds Matter Self-Love Paint Night was held in Boyer 131 this past week. Art supplies and good vibes were supplied, so all that students had to bring were their open minds and creativity. The event began with loose instruction before letting attendees paint their hearts out.
So I showed step-by-step how to do some different painting techniques, and then everyone was able to apply them to their own canvases in different ways with different color schemes and everything. Just like a community environment, like a mental health focus to try to pull people away from their studies to de-stress, take some time to calm down in the mental health focused environment and try to encourage people in their semester.
Minds Matter hosts relaxing mental health conscious events just like this one all semester long. So be sure to follow Minds Matter at Minds Matter MU on Instagram or stay tuned to YBTV to stay updated.
SAB hosted a DIY Valentine's card night in Jordan Klein Atrium. Students came to create gifts for friends, families, or significant other. Cards were decorated with terms of endearment or words of encouragement and signed, sealed, delivered in festive red envelopes. Students enjoyed cheese and crackers, chai tea, and fruits as they put their creative and romantic minds to work. If you didn't make it to this event, stay tuned because SAB has a lot of exciting events planned for the rest of the semester.
It's Black History Month, and the Black Student Union is putting on a plethora of events to celebrate the We Matter Showcase, one of their main events of the month. Spotlights a variety of different talents and is a celebration of African American culture. Caleb Kukin got the story for us.
The Black Student Union hosted the We Matter Showcase, an annual tradition during Black History Month which showcases various talents.
Beat you brutal, bloody, battered, beat you blue, beyond the feeling of the terrible.
The Black Student Union hosted the We Matter Showcase, an annual tradition during Black History Month which showcases various talents.
Beat you brutal, bloody, battered, beat you blue, beyond the feeling of the terrible, and failed to stop.
So the We Matter Showcase is a place where anyone on campus can come. There's going to be performances, people showcasing their talent, dances. And a time to eat, snack. It's kind of like a coffee house vibe, but the light's a little dimmed.
I feel like people don't take me seriously. Y'all get it? I know I'm a chill guy, but
There'll definitely be paintings for sure, and there'll actually be stuff there for sale tomorrow, so people will be able to buy things. Performance-wise, we'll be hearing poems.
And run, and when your legs no longer carry the weight of your memories, crawl until your knees bleed your sorrows, till your palms harden more than your hearts.
I know people will be doing certain dances, people will be singing.
BSU hosts multiple events during the semester, so don't be afraid to check them out.
Come and have fun. Be ready to have fun for sure. Invite your friends. We always have fun here at BSU and MCC in general. Always, if you want to see great talent on stage, hear beautiful poems, see beautiful art as well, and maybe feel like you want to buy something, come to a BSU event.
For YBTV, I'm Caleb Kukin.
We'll be right back with Falcon on the Street, campus calendar, and more after this break.
I think one of the major distinctives of a Messiah University nursing degree is our Christ preeminent approach to our teaching. We really focus on teaching students that they are the hands and feet of Christ. At Messiah University, we offer a very robust menu of nursing programs. We have our 4-year traditional BSN program in person here on campus, and then we offer a variety of online nursing programs. For example, we have the RN to BSN degree completion, 2 master's tracks, and then we have the dual degree, MSN, MBA degree, as well as 2 Doctor of Nursing practice tracks. And then we also offer postmaster's certificates in nursing administration and nursing education. We have maintained and sustained a very high NCLEX pass rate, the National Council Licensing Exam for registered nurses. As well, we are fully accredited by the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education. We also prepare our students here at Messiah University by introducing them to a variety of clinical scenarios in our simulation labs. And so students have an opportunity to practice clinical, hands-on care before they encounter that experience in the clinical setting. Many of our nursing faculty are still practicing as a nurse clinician in the specialty in which they teach. And that's true at the graduate level and the undergraduate level. We've been teaching nursing students at Messiah University for more than 3 decades. And over those years, our Messiah graduates have earned a stellar reputation in our community. They are known for their compassionate caring, for their expert clinical skills, and really importantly, for their ethical approach to care. And so our community agencies and our clinical partners really value Messiah graduates.
Welcome back to Falcon Update. I'm Sarah Marshall.
And I'm Jessica Fannin. Sarah, how has your week started?
It was really good. At the beginning, it was kind of busy, but I got to go home for the weekend, and I had good food, and I played a bunch of card games with my family, and I totally destroyed them, so it was great. How about yours?
My week actually started very well. I started going to a new church this weekend, and it went really well. And then I went to a brunch with my friends. I also got to see my family, so it's been a really good start.
Sounds like it was a really, really good time.
Well, I was also really enjoying the weather, and speaking of weather,
let's see if Cameron Fisher predicts that trend.
Sending it to Falcon Forecast.
Unfortunately, Sarah, that trend isn't going to keep up as we are in central Pennsylvania and we try to hit every season in a week. Anyway, we take a look at our weather outside right now, and we sit at about 47 degrees. And with the high today being 53, low of 35. Dew point was 33, so it was a little bit cold. We'll take a look at our Tuesday planner. Make sure to bundle up tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of snow. 9 a.m., 36 and cold, but we peak up to 45 around 3 o'clock. Still getting warm, but still on the cooler side. Let's take a look at our surface map now. As we see here up from West Virginia, here coming the precipitation's coming up from West Virginia. So that's where the precipitation's coming from. And then with the expected dew points this week, it's going to be cold, but you guys will be okay. Make sure to bundle up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Going to be really, really cold, 18s and 20s. As we take a look at our 7-day forecast here, and the high is 42 on Friday, so it's going to be cold this week. Make sure to bundle up, but you guys can get outside and have some fun. Sending it back to the desk, guys.
Thanks, Cameron. It's been cold and flu season the last couple weeks, but Messiah students have something in store. Love. This Wednesday is Valentine's Day. Sarah, do you have any plans?
Well, let's see. I have homework, a nap, more homework, and then that evening I have an assignment due, so I'll probably be working on that. How about you?
Very studious of you. I, on Wednesday, will be getting lunch with my favorite professor, Professor Oswald Wilkins, and then I'm going to go cycling. So it's going to be a pretty productive day. And then this weekend, I'm going to have a little Galentine's with my friends. But for this week, Falcon on the Street, Kaya Hakeem went around asking people what they had planned for Valentine's Day.
Hi, welcome back to Falcon on the Street. My name is Kaya Hakeem, and today we are going to be asking students what their plans are for this upcoming Valentine's Day.
I'm going to be going to Trader Joe's with my girlfriend, and we're going to be getting a bunch of flowers and making little bouquets for each other, and then we'll go out to dinner.
I will be writing an essay that's due on Valentine's Day. My boyfriend lives 5 hours away, but he's coming up the next weekend, so nothing on Valentine's Day, but the weekend after.
Oh, I'm gonna spend it with my wife. Just spend it with the wife.
I have 4 classes and then 2 rehearsals, so that and nothing else.
My plans for Valentine's Day is probably going to the park with my mother.
I'm probably just going to hang out on campus with my boyfriend and maybe go to Olive Garden. Maybe. But nothing really much.
I'm shooting a movie. Your movie.
It is indeed my movie.
Probably baseball. I'm rather with Valentine, so I just focus my energy on schoolwork and my sport. So, yep, nothing too crazy. Yep.
I don't have any, because I currently do not have a significant other. So if anyone's interested.
So my friends and I, we were going to go to the Chinese buffet for Valentine's Day. But when we found out that like Lottie's going to be really good, so we're all going to go to Lottie together. And then, you know, just like hang out afterwards, maybe watch some movies and, you know, just do fun girl stuff.
What are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Yes.
I love your confidence. Personally, I will be filming all day on Valentine's Day, but that's all for Falcon on the Street. From YBTV, I'm Kaya Hakeem.
It's another busy week, chock full of events coming up. To hear the latest, it's Danielle Lepper with Campus Calendar.
Good evening. I'm Danielle Lepper, and welcome to this week's edition of Campus Calendar. It's time to get those calendars out. We've got a good week ahead. On Tuesday, Valentine's card making will be held in the library from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. by the Office of Sustainability. This event is cost-free and will be a time for students to come together and create sustainable Valentine's Day cards using supplies that may have been discarded otherwise. On Wednesday, there will be an additional chapel held in Hostetter Chapel from 4 p.m. to celebrate Ash Wednesday. Here we will gather to mark the beginning of Lent. On Friday, ASA will be hosting a Lunar New Year celebration from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. in the Larson Student Union. Lunar New Year is a celebration that usually takes place by the lunar calendar. ASA will be hosting a lion dance performance, activity tables, food, trivia, and games to win prizes. Now over to Saturday, the galleries at Messiah are excited to present the work of our Assistant Professor of Graphic Design and Digital Media, Hong Huo. She has created new digital and interactive work specifically for this exhibition in the Glass Gallery. This event is free and open to the public. Come out to Kleimenhaga from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. to check out her work. On Sunday, SAB is hosting a self-care bingo. Want to take time for yourself or enjoy some time with friends? SAB has you covered on Sunday with self-care bingo in the Jordan Lounge and Atrium from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a great opportunity to kick back and relax and win some fun prizes. That's all, folks. For YBTV, I'm Danielle Lepper.
Thanks, Danielle. Sarah, we have some great events coming up. Are there any that you're looking forward to?
Well, I know that Messiah's Chapel 4x4 series is starting up this Thursday, so I think I'm going to sign up for one of those. But how about you?
I also am going to look into signing up for the 4x4s, but I'm also a little interested in checking out the Valentine cards making event. I think that would be cute.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's all that we have for news this week, but don't go anywhere because Caleb and James will be right back with sports right after this.
What drew me to Messiah was when I was looking for graduate programs, that it was real people and they were welcoming me to the program. They were interested in who I was as a person, they were interested in my career goals, and they truly just welcomed me before I was even a student.
At Messiah University, in our graduate program of Business and Leadership, we offer an MBA with various concentrations, a Master of Arts in Healthcare Leadership, a Master of Arts in Strategic Leadership, and various graduate certificates. All of our graduate programs in Business and Leadership are accredited by ACBSP, which is the main governing body for business programs, both at the graduate and undergraduate level.
So I found that the online instruction at Messiah was high quality. Definitely a good experience and an experience that maintained community, even though we were separated by geography sometimes of considerable distances.
Our online courses are capped at 15. This enables students to really develop a deep connection with faculty as they're being mentored throughout the program.
They brought their business experience to every single class. So our professors are teaching us, this is what it's like in the real world, and this is how you can take all the stuff out of this book, all this leadership theory, and practically apply it in the workplace.
I would highly recommend Messiah's programs because I feel very cared for by the faculty. They do a great job of making you apply your faith to where you're working. The MBA program is a good reminder that you can be a faithful business professional, and I just feel like I'm becoming a better person and I'm going to be a better future leader because of this program.
Sort of under the impression that I needed to find like one thing that was my thing, and that there was somehow greater purpose in finding that one thing. But what I learned from studying at Messiah with a liberal arts education, with an education that really dignifies a number of pursuits, was that yes, I'm called to certain things in certain times in my life, but the adventure continues. All the things that God has given us are good things. They all can be ways in which we can further the kingdom, ways in which we can do good in our world, and So the adventure of finding which one to engage in at which time and how to do the best you can with the opportunity before you is one that we should all be enjoying, that God has given us. And that's a perspective that I credit Messiah with helping me form and helping me see.
Absolutely filthy goal there.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Welcome to YBTV Sports. I'm James Hellman.
And I'm Caleb Kukin. We got some awesome highlights, so let's not waste any time. For our first highlight, we'll go on the road to Widener, where the Messiah women's basketball team took on the Widener Pride, as it was a preview of a potential MAC championship matchup. So here we see Reese Harden, and she's going to take this one all the way to the cup, falls on the ground, maybe a little bit of contact there, none of it called, so she's just going to go back on defense. And as we take a look at the replay here in just a second, yeah, we see Harden with a little bit of contact, but right after this, we see Chloe Milanese with a block to end the half. Unfortunately for the Falcons, the Pride came away victorious as the Falcons were handed their first MAC Commonwealth loss of the year. But this isn't the final women's basketball highlight we got tonight.
Before we get there though, Caleb, we're going to go to men's volleyball as they look to carry the momentum from their last victory as they traveled to Lancaster Bible College. Ryan Givens had a monster night for the Falcons, starting with this kill early in the first set. So here, Lancaster Bible with the serve. Going to be a little nice up. Givens going to be that first swing. It's going to get defended. And as Lancaster Bible sets back up, look at that effort from Graybill, followed by the set. Givens with the kill. So we're going to take one more little zoomed in look at this. On the second attempt here by Lancaster Bible, Seth Graybill, what a dig as a libero, and then Ryan Givens going to put that one away. The Falcons would win this one in straight sets, 3-0, and Ryan Givens had 13 kills on just 15 swings for an insane 800 hitting percentage. The Falcons are back in action next at home on Wednesday when Penn State Altoona comes to Grantham.
Messiah men's basketball took on the Widener Pride as well on Wednesday. The Pride are the best team in the MAC conference, and they showed it on Wednesday, but that doesn't mean the Falcons lacked highlights. As we see here, Coletti with the rock. And watch him and McBride just run the pick and roll to perfection. And James, would you consider that a poster right there?
You know, I think I would chalk that into the poster category, Caleb.
As you'll see it here, look at McBride right over top for the posterizing dunk. Unfortunately for the Falcons, they dropped another one as they struggled to stop a very good Widener offense. The team is back in action tomorrow night against Stephenson and on Saturday against Eastern for the season finale at home.
On Saturday, the Messiah women's basketball team looked to bounce back after their first conference loss of the season as they traveled to York College. In a game highlighted by good defense, Morgan Adams helped the Falcons pull away late with this nice move. So here we have Reese Harden. She's going to be bringing the ball up the court, looking for an option. She's going to go to her left. She's going to find Charlotte Milanese. She's going to also work a little pick and roll there with Morgan Adams. She's going to back into her defender. Little spin. Look at that move right there. Nice power move by Adams in the paint. Here we see Milanese gets the defender moving. Adams with the screen, she's going to roll off that beautifully, and then she's just going to work her magic in the paint, put that one away. The Falcons would dominate in the fourth quarter, eventually winning 52-39 as Morgan Adams led the team in points, rebounds, and blocks. The Falcons are back in action at home on Tuesday against Stephenson.
Those were some great highlights there, James. But as much as I love the Falcon 4, sometimes I feel like it doesn't allow us to highlight some of the other teams on campus.
You're absolutely right about that, Caleb. And so I actually decided to take matters into my own hands as I met up with Chase Wilson, captain of the Messiah men's tennis team, and he taught me the basics of the game of tennis. What's up, guys? I'm here with YBTV Sports with the men's tennis team. Chase Wilson, captain of the team, and he's going to take me through a little bit, some proper hitting techniques, how to hold a racket, and then we're going to hit back and forth, maybe simulate a match, but we're just going to get underway and see how it goes. What would you say is the best way to hold a racket?
So, if you're trying to hit a forehand, you want to take your first knuckle on your pointer finger and set it right on the top of the racket, just like this. You want to always have your hand at the bottom of the racket if you're a righty.
And then from there, just talk to me a little bit through the motion.
It's a 3-step motion from low to high, set, make contact, follow through. The best way to do a serve is to brush the racket on your back, kind of like you're scratching your back. You're gonna toss the ball up, make contact, and follow through on the opposite side.
And then I guess final thing, backhand.
We're gonna turn and drop the racket, kind of like the forehand. We're gonna make contact and we're gonna follow through.
All right. We'll see how that looks when we get inside, and I think that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take it to the court, and me and Chase are gonna hit a little bit and try to put to practice what I just learned. So take me through a bit of what we're looking for in conference play this season.
In terms of conference play, we've got a really good outlook for the season. Our top competitors are Stevenson, Alvernia, and York. Last year we came in 3rd place to Stevenson in the semifinal, and this year we're hoping to make it to the final and take them down.
You're going to be playing singles and doubles, right?
That's correct.
So what do you prefer, or what do you think you might be better at?
Sure. I'm more of a singles player, and typically the way that most people find the type of tennis they love is based on how consistent they are on the baseline and their playing style. If you're more of a big hitter and you like the net, doubles is going to be more for you. If you're playing singles and you're a more consistent tennis player, you're keeping the ball in longer, you're usually going to prefer singles, and that kind of fits me.
Yeah, I think we'll call it there. Chase, man.
Great playing, James. That was
You
a lot
going
of fun.
50%, I can't even stick with it. Tennis custom, handshake. Great playing with you. Thanks for having us.
Nice playing, James.
Look forward to the season. Look forward to another conference championship up on that banner right there.
That's right.
Hey, for me and Chase Wilson, that's going to do it everything. Sending it back to YBTV Sports.
James, that looks like it was a ton of fun. Can you tell us more about it, please?
Yeah, you know, Sarah, it was a ton of fun. I got to say, tennis, it looks like it's not all too hard, but man, the conditioning that goes into that, I was tired after about 2 points and definitely was not hitting the ball as consistently as I wanted to.
Well, honestly, I love the sound of a tennis ball. There's nothing more peaceful than hearing a tennis ball going back and forth across the court. The other day, I was just sitting out by the breeches doing work, and I could just hear them playing some tennis, and it was just so peaceful. But that's all that we have for Falcon Update, so don't go anywhere because Ethan Gregory will be right back hosting YB Tonight.
Hi, I just want to say thanks for meeting me here. I really enjoy spending time with you, but one of the things that I've been wanting to say the most is that I love you. I really want to spend the rest of my life with you. I feel like we see eye to eye on a lot of things, and I would love to start a family with you, if that's possible. Okay, one more time. Wait, what is that? Oh, hello there, mysterious ethereal ball of light. I didn't see you there. Well, I'm having trouble with my fiance right now with how to propose to her. I was just wondering for some wisdom. It is indeed, but she's definitely the one I want to be with. No. Nerves. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Great ethereal ball of light. I'm so glad that I've come into contact with you. Thank you so much. Wait, what are you? Angel? Ghost? How do you know my name?
Good evening and welcome to YB Tonight. I'm your host, Ethan Gregory. We've got a great show for you guys tonight. In honor of Valentine's Day this Wednesday, this show is all about love. First, we will sit down with Dr. Paul Johns, who will tell us about how the brain works with relationships. Then Latin jazz dancers Destiny Diaz and AJ Lopez will come on to tell us about their style of dance and give a performance. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break.
Messiah's helped me see my faith anew, mainly through the experiences I've gone with other professors and other students. I think it's important to understand that as Christians, we are all different. We all come from different backgrounds and we have different life experiences. I think it's really important that we get to understand and hear and listen to these people, and it's something that we can take a small part of their life and put into ours.
I am so grateful for the ways that Messiah has helped me see my career anew. Thanks to my education and this journey at Messiah, I was able to achieve my goal of being a professor. And so every day I get to share my experiences, my faith, and my education with students.
Welcome back. I'm here with Dr. Johns, who has some interesting information for us about the brain. Dr. Johns, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. We're really excited to have you here tonight. I know you're the head of the department for the HDFS department. And what are some of the certifications that you have to be at that role?
Some of the my background, my education?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I graduated from Messiah University. So I graduated here in 1996 with a family studies degree, which was the old name for the department that I teach for now, Human Development and Family Science. So I went on to get my master's in marriage and family therapy. So I'm actually a licensed marriage and family therapist and a PhD in professional counseling. Just ended up coming back, working as an adjunct, and eventually 21 years later, here I am as the chair of the department. It's really great.
Awesome.
It's been
And
great.
so outside of Messiah, where else did you get your master's here, or where did you get your doctorate?
I got my master's at Bethel Seminary in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I got my PhD at Liberty University, down in Lynchburg.
Yeah, perfect. Another Christian school, very well known. Now we'll get into some of the more HDFS type questions. What changes are exhibited in the human brain when a relationship goes from strangers to initial attraction?
Oh, these are big questions. There's a lot that's going on in the body. And you said what changes go on in the brain. I would say that we got to think about brain and body, because there's a lot of different changes going on in terms of hormones, in terms of neurotransmitters that are being released. So your question is going from just a regular relationship to a more romantic relationship is what you're asking?
Correct.
Okay.
I guess we're going to get into more of the relationship type stuff just because it's coming up on Valentine's Day. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's just start with that initial attraction. I mean, there's lots and lots of factors that can come into that initial attraction, anywhere from just similarities, background, but a lot of those initial similarities that would attract you to somebody are happening at a subconscious level. It's not as though you're necessarily just looking at a person and saying, wow, I consciously am attracted to that. There are certain things that draw us, even smells, believe it or not, that can draw you, and they're occurring underneath sort of subconsciously. So there are all kinds of things that can attract you, but let's get past that because I think it gets really interesting beyond that. So now your body kicks into almost a sympathetic nervous state. So if you've heard of the autonomic nervous system, we usually think of fight flight. The sympathetic nervous state can also be excitement, can be energy, right? And so it doesn't have to be a negative thing. So our body kicks into a sympathetic nervous state and is releasing norepinephrine, dopamine, right? That is motivating you to want to pursue this person. And there's also evidence that your brain is functioning a little bit like you have OCD, like you have this obsessive compulsive disorder.
Correct.
That you're wearing rose-colored glasses. You know, you can't sleep. All you can do is think about that person, and there's a lot of motivation and energy to pursue that person.
So I know you said rose gold glasses. Are there certain colors that may attract someone to one another, or
colors?
Colors.
Oh my.
Maybe like a red or.
I don't have any knowledge of how colors work with that.
Perfect. Okay.
Right.
Now, is there a difference in the way that emotions, play out throughout a relationship? Or I'll rephrase it to how does a person change when they're in a relationship or when they're attracted to someone?
Well, I think different ways to answer that question, but I think the longer that you are with someone, if I can go that direction with it, right? So in those initial stages, you're really just motivated and energized. But of course, it can't stay that way forever. You actually swing to what's more of a parasympathetic state, which is more of a relaxed state, because hopefully you're really developing the relationship and you're feeling comfortable and safe and secure with that person. So your body doesn't want to be in fight and flight all the time. That's not good. If it is, then that's not a healthy relationship. You want to be able to relax into it for the long haul. Now, there's a lot that, happens during that time with the building of trust. It's not that same OCD, rose-colored glasses experience. It shouldn't be, right? But we develop what we call a stronger emotional bond or a stronger emotional attachment to that person over time.
I would assume so, especially within a relationship. Now, I know we talked about some of the triggers of attraction. How exactly do you believe in love at first sight from a scientific standpoint, or like an HDFS perspective, or how exactly do you perceive love at first sight?
That's a great question, because quite honestly, I think I experienced love at first sight when I met my wife here at Messiah, actually. I just had an aha moment, like, oh my goodness, I feel like she's the one. And so I've spent a little bit of time looking into whether that is something that can actually be the case. And there is a phenomenon in which you feel so well matched subconsciously, right? You just, again, it's that subconscious thing where the matching feels right. There's something about your family history, what you've experienced in life, that all of a sudden you see someone and it just clicks and you just resonate with that person. Again, it's not all conscious, but it's at a subconscious level, which I think can lead to that feeling of love at first sight. Now, I don't think it's love. I think it's attraction. I think it's desire. I think it's desire at first sight might be a better way of putting it. And then the love will perhaps come later.
It's just incredible how God made us with such intrinsic parts of the body, and how we're so manipulated, well, not manipulated, but how well we're so crafted.
Yeah.
Now, looking at like the theological side of HDFS and love, what exactly do you teach to your students how to tie in their faith with the HDFS program?
Well, if we just stick in this realm that we're talking about here with the brain and the body, it's just we are so intricately created. Just all the things that, when a God says that it's not good for man to be alone, and that we're made for relationship, and that he's a relational God, and we're made in his image, we have so much evidence of that. I feel like the more that I study the brain and the body, the more the more reverence and awe I have for God and his creation, because all these parts, body parts, brain parts, all have to work together in a symphony of relational dynamics that is just, it's beyond belief. it's hard for me to believe that that could just pop randomly out of nowhere. I think we have a creative God who wanted to give us a little taste of what it's like to be, relational like He is in the Godhead.
It's incredible. I know with Valentine's Day coming up, and if we're just talking about the topic of love, and maybe there's some people out there who need some key pointers on how to get a significant other, or they're just looking. What exactly would you say? Maybe some key pointers on maybe if they're not dressing the right way or how they interact with people. Some of your expertise.
Oh, man.
Asking for a friend. But
right, theoretically, right. Oh, man, I would just say just open yourself up, be a little vulnerable. I don't know if it matters, exactly how you dress. I mean, you don't want to smell bad.
Right, yeah, that would be automatic no-go.
But make good friends. Just focus on making good friends. And let the natural processes kind of develop from there. I think sometimes we can work too hard to go looking for a relationship. There's no need for that. I think God will bring a relationship into your life in good time, and if you're just friendly and kind and make friends, serve others, then that's a good place to start. I know that sounds simplistic, but again, I don't think we need to overcomplicate the relationships.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Johns. We're really appreciative for you being here on YB tonight. And with that being said, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so interesting to learn a little bit more about love in general. And Destiny Diaz and AJ Lopez will be here for an interview and dance performance right after the break.
I'm the assistant head tutor of the Writing Center. As college students, we're always writing, whether it's a lab report, discussion post, or essay. Here at Messiah University, you don't have to go through the writing process alone. The Writing Center is a free service that helps undergraduate students become better writers through peer tutoring. Our tutors are trained peers who work in one-on-one sessions tailored to each student's needs and goals. We're here for any student at any point in the writing process, whether you're a first year working on an FYS paper or a senior touching up a final draft. No matter your skill level, we're here to equip you with the tools you need to grow as a writer. Schedule an appointment on Falcon Link today by searching Learning Center/Writing Center Appointments and clicking New Appointment. For more information, please follow us on Instagram at Messiah Writing Center or email us at writingcenter@messiah.edu. Happy writing!
Hello and welcome back to YB Tonight. I'm here with Destiny and AJ. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good, thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, you guys are part of the Acclamation Dance Club. Can you tell us a little bit about your class, the Latin Jazz class in Acclamation?
Yeah, sure. So I teach Latin Jazz for Acclamation, and it's basically a dance ministry here at Messiah. And it's just mostly a fusion of Latin choreography and jazz rhythms and things like that, but with the center of it being worship.
Now, how has it been teaching this new, unique style of dance to people who have not even danced to, I could say, Latin jazz before?
Yeah, well, so AJ here hasn't done it before last semester, but he did great, and I think at the base of it, it's just really fun to be able to share my culture through dance and yeah, just have a good time. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually had the privilege to take their class this week, and I had so much fun, let me tell you. I've never done Latin jazz before, and I would say that I did a pretty good job. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, let's look at this week's bird's eye view. I'm Ethan Gregory, and I'm outside the Whitmer Basement Dance Studio today, and I'm about to join the Latin Jazz Dance Group, so it should be a blast.
And I'm just a dance participant in the Latin Jazz. It consists of a bunch of different things as far as like salsa, merengue, bachata. At the end of the semester, us and including everyone on this board has a big performance at the end of the semester where people can come and watch and we just perform for them.
Thank you so much for having me, Latin Jazz. I really enjoyed dancing today. For YBTV, I'm Ethan Gregory. As you can see, that was a blast. I had so much fun. So you thought I did okay?
Yeah, I think you did great.
That's awesome. All right, so when did you guys both start dancing? We'll go with AJ first.
Well, I never danced professionally.
Okay.
I just always liked to dance as far as our culture music, but dancing in general, seeing my family dance a lot. It wasn't until this year that I joined like a professional thing with Destiny, but yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Destiny?
Yeah, I've been dancing a little on and off since I was 3, but I'm glad to be doing it again. So.
Now with AJ joining the class here recently, has there been a time since you guys have just danced a little bit more together, or do you guys dance together often, or how exactly does that play out?
Yeah, well, it kind of just worked out that he was my partner for last year's show, and now he will be again for this upcoming show. So mostly just for acclimation, and it's a fun time.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Now, what exactly? I know Latin Jazz is pretty awesome, and that's your passion. What are some of the other unique dancing styles that you enjoy? I know I'm a big like Michael Jackson moonwalk type of guy myself, but what about you?
I really enjoy like bachata, merengue and stuff. But just dancing in general, it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely like a tango is really nice. Anything in just dance, you know, that's kind of fun. But yeah, just any kind of style of dance, really.
Okay, now is dancing something that you would hope to incorporate into your future goals, or maybe after your college you have a job, just to do something recreationally?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll pursue it as a profession or anything, but it's definitely a great hobby and just something I really enjoy.
Just like she said, so definitely something to just do, part of like a hobby, you know, with family and friends, just a good time.
All right, and then like I know college is almost done. You're a senior. What are your post-college plans?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to grad school here at Messiah. I just got accepted. But you never know what the future holds, so I guess we'll see.
AJ, do you have any post-college future plans yet, or just figuring it out?
Just still figuring it out. I mean, there's a couple ideas, but whatever happens, happens, I guess.
Destiny, because you're a senior, and this is your last semester teaching Latin Jazz, what's one of your favorite things about teaching this class?
Yeah, I think my favorite thing is seeing people that aren't familiar with this dance style try it out, just because it is a great way to share my culture, and it's just kind of fun to teach people new things and them get a lot of, you know, just excitement out of it. So I think that's a fun thing.
Nice. I know with dancing, at least, I'm not super vulnerable dancing yet, and you guys are part of the Acclimation Dance Ministry. How can people come to your class and feel comfortable dancing and having a good time and spending time with each other?
Yeah, I guess I just try to make it as comfortable as possible by throwing in the hard stuff in the beginning, and just acknowledging that it can be silly and uncomfortable, but also really fun. So yeah, just creating a safe environment for us to try out new things.
AJ, I know you joined last year. Have you felt comfortable in the dance group and within the club?
Yeah, with Destiny, like she said, she has a very good program going. She's very outgoing, make sure everyone's comfortable. And if someone's not sure about something, she takes extra steps to like re-show them or even take time out of class to like go over it with them. So it's definitely really good. And just like the people in dance itself is really cool. Made a lot of friendships, new people, and like see them across campus and stuff, and just be able to say what's up to them without feeling like weird. So I definitely say it's a good atmosphere and everything, and everyone in the dance, not just our part of it, but also just all the other groups. They're also really cool.
I know I remember looking at the calendar board, and it was just lined up with so many other dance groups. Latin Jazz, you guys meet on Thursday. Can you run us through what exactly goes on in that session? And maybe I really enjoyed the Devos and how you guys do a devotional before every dance session.
Yeah, so at the very beginning we do our devotionals, and right after that we kind of just do like an icebreaker just to get us all comfortable and familiar and create like a community, you know? And right after that we really go into stretching for a little bit and just some choreography. And yeah, it's just a good time. We get to know each other a little better and create relationships. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know being an athlete, I remember when I went to the dance class this past Thursday, after all the hard workouts, let me tell you, the stretching in the dance class it set me up for the next couple of days, because I felt like I was limper like a Twizzler. I don't know if it's quite a funny line, but going off of just the Latin Jazz group, are there any upcoming performances that people can see you on campus, your performance?
Yeah, so April 20th is our showcase, but Latin Jazz isn't the only class that will be performing. All the other performances you saw on the board will also be performing. So yeah, you guys should go.
Okay, and I assume you guys have social media. Acclamation does?
Yeah, it's on Instagram, I think, Acclamation Dance Ministries.
Perfect. Is there anything I missed, like anything else that you guys enjoy about Acclamation? I know today there was a Valentine's lollipop. Send a message to maybe someone that you're interested in. Can you tell us a little bit about that fundraiser and how that's funded your dance club?
Yeah, so it's just a little fun like way of just raising money for the like the program and helping get costumes, because costumes are a little pricey, but they're also really fun. You know, we get these fun skirts like this, so they're very helpful. And yeah, it's just a great way to let someone in your life know that you love them and you're thinking about them. So
now, AJ, I remember this past Thursday, I was one of the only guys in the class besides you. It was you and I. Are you convincing some of your friends to join, or what do you say to them about dancing and maybe coming to the Latin Jazz group class?
Yeah, I've definitely talked to a couple of my friends who enjoy dancing, but unfortunately for most of them, the time doesn't work for them, their time schedule and everything. So it'd be cool to have more guys, but also on the other side, it's cool to be like the only guy, because you kind of stand out like a sore thumb. So, yeah. That's
awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and answering some questions. I think it's time to see you guys dance. So we'll get on. Let's see you guys dance.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Hormona. Pero entre esquina y esquina siempre habrá lo mismo. Para mí no existe cielo, ni luna ni estrellas. Para mí no alumbra el sol, para mí todo es tiniebla. Ay, 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 que negro es mi destino. Ay, 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 todos de mí se alejan. Ay, 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 perdí toda esperanza. Ay, adiós,
That was amazing. Thank you so much again for joining us, and thank you for letting me join your class as well. Well, Messiah, that's all we have for tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your night.